Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 Arnold Sports Festival South America, the Arnold Brazil Pro Wellness results. And these women are on another level. The size in the legs, the glutes, the conditioning, it's unbelievable. These pictures are sensational. This is such a great one. Now, in terms of Olympia, of course, last year's top three are already qualified, and then the winner of this show, it's within the qualification period, gets to go to Olympia. So our first place athlete here has her ticket to the 2024 Olympia. It's so exciting. All right, so checking out the scorecard. Here's wellness at the bottom. In first place, Ayani. Second, Valkiria. Third, Andrea. Fourth, Deborah. And fifth, Renata. And if you look at the points, it was very even and level. The judges were in agreement on this one. So here's Renata in fifth. My gosh, she is something else. Those quads, crazy. The size, the detail, wow. Like, we are seeing some crazy amount of conditioning here. I would say that perhaps it's a touch too much conditioning. Like, I think she has to be careful that it's not overly hard and crazy looking and muscular, and just, you still want it to have a tiny bit of softness and fullness and bubbliness in wellness. It's not just about detail and crazy lines. So I think she might have scored a little better if she had a tiny bit less conditioning, but I personally love it. I think it looks amazing. You can see she's got great size. She's got beautiful curves in her legs, amazing quad sweep, nice big hamstrings, and a fantastic curve to her glute. Like, it's crazy. She's got a lot of size, and even being this lean, she's maintaining some tremendous shape and fullness. So she looks awesome. I think her midsection looks really good. A bit grainy, like I said, like there's vascularity coming through. She definitely looks cut and muscular. But overall, a really nice silhouette. I wouldn't mind, honestly, if she had a little bit more roundness to her delts. And in the back pose, it's something that I definitely noticed compared to the other girls, just so with the way that she's posing, the way she holds her upper body. So I know it's not about the upper body and wellness, but I would just like to see, just for a bit more of a proportionate, little bit more of a balance, just a tiny bit more roundness in the delts to really complement the roundness in her legs. But I think she looks insane. Love the suit color. I can see she's got some pretty eyeshadow to complement, nice jewels, just overall insane. Okay, next and fourth was Deborah. Absolutely beautiful. First thing I noticed was her midsection. Really nice, smooth abs, great definition. You got a bit of a six-pack coming through. Her obliques look incredible. Nice round delts, and you really notice her lats. So she absolutely has this gorgeous curve, and her glutes literally start from her suit on her hip. It's crazy. What a beautiful shape she has. Really nice big hamstrings. I do think she could have a bit more of a curve to her quad sweep. To me, there's a straightness in the line coming down her leg, whether maybe just a tiny bit of a bend to the knee might help, or just a pointing the toes in a different direction, but I'm losing some of that curvy shape that I want to see, and I particularly notice it when the other girls standing beside her have that curvy shape. So a little bit more sweep to the quads, I think, would be really fantastic with her, even though I don't think she needs a tremendous amount of size. I think her size is fabulous. Just a bit more curve. But I'm loving her waistline. I think her suit is beautiful. I love how high her strap comes up on her hip. I think her posing looks really nice. You have a really good view of her back, and her glutes look just amazing. She also comes across a little bit more on the hard side. Like, there's a lot of veins coming through. The lines are pretty sharp right in her leg here, in the abs. I think the girls that have a bit more fullness and roundness are placing a little bit higher at this show. So something to consider for sure, but I still think she looks insane. Okay, next and third is Andrea. Stunningly beautiful. So this is exactly what I mean about a little bit more curvy, more round, more full, more bubbly. She's got the blonde hair, the blue suit. She just seems very lively and pretty and light on her toes. It's beautiful. It's a really nice look. I think she has tremendous curve in her legs. I love the sweep of her quad in the back leg. The front leg looks just massive. Really nice size to her glute. And her conditioning is a little bit softer than the others. So you still have these crazy lines, really nice definition, good detail coming through. Her delts look beautiful, but not quite as vascular, not as hard and sharp. There's just that slight bit of blurring, and I think it's beautiful. I think she looks really good. I love how small her waistline looks. I think she's posing really strategically to show off just how tiny her midsection is, particularly in comparison to the glute. I do think, though, that this leg is hiding her back leg a little bit, so I would play with the placement of the feet, maybe bring this back foot out a little bit more, just so that we see more of that hamstring on the back leg. I also think her shoes are too big. I think she could totally go down a size. They're almost falling off of her feet, and I'm noticing that. So something to consider. And certainly she could put the hair to the back just so that we could see her lats in this front pose. I think she has a beautiful overall shape, and I want to see more. So I think she did a really great job. The conditioning is beautiful. Her size is really nice, and that midsection definitely stands out. Next, in second place, Valkiria. Wow, beautiful legs. I love the detail. She's got so much fullness and roundness, and yet still got these nice lines, really giving us some beautiful definition in the hip, coming down the leg by the hamstring. Just stunning. I'm liking this detail here in the quad, a bit by the kneecap. Beautiful delts. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. She's got great size. The hamstrings in particular really catch my attention. This lump here, this curve is wow, really great. I wish that this shadow wasn't so much here because I'm not seeing the back hamstring as much as I want to. So this might be another example of perhaps playing with the foot placement just so that we see more of the back leg. But I mean, she can't control the lighting, absolutely. But I do find that I'm not seeing that curve in the back hamstring like I'm seeing this front one, and this front one is really something special. Nice small midsection, beautiful detail in her serratus, the lats. She's definitely got that nice triangular shape in her upper body. Another thing I noticed though, there's almost I want to say like a shrug in this back shoulder. It's hardly noticeable. I'm being really nitpicky here, but I'd love to see this shoulder just a little bit more relaxed and a bit more in line with this one. I think right now my eye is traveling up rather than just staying straight across. And I just want that really basic symmetrical look so that my eye can really flow and focus on the curve of her glute and her hamstring. The other thing that I notice when I compare her to our first place winner is she has just a little bit less of that coming in right at the bottom of the glute where it comes into the hamstring. So it's absolutely coming in, but it's not coming in as sharply as we see on first place. But I mean, like, that's it. I think she looks really good. The suit is beautiful. I like the highlights in her hair. Her lipstick is really pretty. Like, amazing. These girls are all amazing. All right, now in first place, Ayani. Oh my gosh, she looks incredible. Everything that I've commented on the other girls, she's like nailed perfectly. She's got beautiful posing. I can see her legs so well, the curve of the hamstring, the sweep of the quad. The conditioning is gorgeous. So you have lots of detail in the hip coming down the leg, but she doesn't look vascular. She doesn't look grainy. She doesn't look sharp and hard. She still has really nice curves and fullness and softness and roundness while still having those lines. It's really spectacular. Her delts look beautiful. I can see lats, so her hair isn't covering up any of her upper body. Her shoulders look really nice and level. I'm not distracted distracted by anything being crooked or anything like that. My eye is really just flowing across her body. The lighting is so perfect. It's like she's got this glow on the back of her leg, really highlights this little dip she has here where the glute and the hamstring come together. She's just stunning. Her posing is beautiful. I think she's got a nice way of placing her feet. She looks light on her toes. I'm seeing that nice roundness in the quad sweep. Her waist, she doesn't have the smallest waistline. I think arguably some of the other girls have even tinier midsections, but she's posing really well to make her midsection look flat, very smooth, and I'm not distracted by anything. I'm just seeing this massive curvy glute, and just overall she looks beautiful. I love the bold lip. It is a gorgeous coordinating shade with her suit. Her tan looks really nice, nice deep color, particularly on her legs. Like, what more could she do? She looks stunning. Okay, so here's everyone side by side. I think you'll agree 5th place definitely has the hardest amount of conditioning. It's really sharp. It's really prominent. 3rd place, beautiful waistline in particular, really small midsection. I think 2nd place, I love the size in her glute. I think she's got beautiful definition and detail coming through with that fullness and roundness, but maybe not quite as much of that dip right here like I was talking about on our 1st place winner. And 4th place, this is where I think you can see she could have just a bit more roundness in that quad, really make the curves show. But beautiful midsection, great shoulders on all of these women. Everybody looks really, really amazing. And then from behind, okay, 1st place, I feel that even though her glutes are not the biggest, her quads are not the biggest, her conditioning is not the most crazy, there's something so beautiful about her proportions and the balance between the size of her glutes and the size of her legs. To me, our 3rd place winner and our 2nd place winner, the glutes are so large and the legs are so large as well. There's a lot of width. That's what I'm seeing, is a wideness. Whereas with 1st place, there's just a little bit more of the shapes are coming through. I can see that beautiful detail in the glute ham tie-ins, the conditioning in the lines down into the hamstrings. And it's just like a really pretty, balanced, beautiful shape in the legs. I think 4th place, her legs are almost overpowering her glutes, and she could even have a little bit more size, particularly in this lower part of the glutes. She's got beautiful pointy tie-ins, but I think a bit more width in there would be fantastic. And then 5th place, her lower body is absolutely spectacular, great size, great sweep, but to me, the upper body is almost too narrow. And again, I know it's not about the upper body, but I like that we have a little bit more of that hourglass shape peeking through on some of the other competitors. And I feel with 5th place Renata here, it's quite straight and narrow before that huge width comes through on the legs. So that's what I see when I look at all of these women, but I think every single one of them is absolutely phenomenal. And now, of course, in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified for 2024. And of course, there are more recaps coming your way. I'm almost caught up. It's been a very busy couple of weeks and more to come. So make sure you subscribe, give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.